everyone. Now, I've talked a lot about Prime being the dumbest drink you can buy right now on shelves, while also being insanely popular somehow, or not somehow, I know fully well why. Like in any other market that wasn't comprised of kids, there'd be no way it would still be this popular. Like that drink by itself is like the best example of like the family name carrying your success, like like Mommy KSI and Daddy Logan Paul. However, despite that, no matter how hard I try to scratch at the brand to make it seem like as dumb as possible, I legitimately can't say anything else apart from that, mainly kids drink it and the flavors they have suck ass. So I can't say anything else further than that until today. Because I just found about this huge lawsuit that was filed back in August of last year. But it's only today that I found out about it, as well as you see this huge headline right now, where, to give some context, some company called Milberg sued them on the basis most of the drinks have a dangerous amount of, what was it called again, sorry? Polyfluoroalkyl substance, which probably means jack shit, you're the most common person ever, but they do have the pretty scary name of Forever Chemicals. So, from what you can guess from that name, it's clearly not good to have in your body, where it might potentially increase your risk of getting cancer as well. Which, by the way, in 50 years, if someone dies from that, clearly, with very clear signs and evidence that they died from Prime, or getting cancer from Prime, they should have that chiseled right there on the gravestone. They deserve it. So, something that big and severe, Milberg is planning on getting $5 million in damages. And even though it is Prime we're talking about, who cares, they're insanely rich, even that much, just from a lawsuit, that is heavy, my god. But one of my favorite parts of the story is Logan Paul walking as a business person, like the lawyer, because he's always the face of the brand whenever something bad happens around it. With KSI doing jack shit across the Atlantic, sitting on his ass, doing nothing with the money. So yeah, to be fair, you have to give Logan Paul a little gay golf clap for putting so much effort to protect the brand. But even have to admit, this TikTok he made to defend it, it legitimately felt like the most lawyer process script ever, insanely airtight, to not leave any bad parts at all. And I should mention, he wouldn't have to the most random TikTok Andy ever, some guy that had nothing to do with lawsuit, I just wanted to talk about it, but he just chose to pounce on him instead.
Are Forever Chemicals in the Prime hydration drink.
All right, let's talk about this. First off, anyone can sue anyone at any time. That does not make the lawsuit true, and in this case, it is not. PFOS or Forever Chemicals come from plastic, so in this case, they're not talking about the actual drink, the liquid Prime. They're talking about the bottle that Prime is manufactured in. We have a very big, multi-million-dollar filter that filters the water from the state. Accordingly, we follow Title 21 for the Code of Regulations for PET and all other types of bottles. The products are manufactured by our company.
Right, so yeah, in the first part, he mentioned how they mainly found these Forever Chemicals in the bottles, but from what I read, the people Milberg, the company, tested on the grape flavor they had. Every other drink flavor was fine, just that one specific. And this is purely from my own bias, but I feel if there was one flavor that would have the most chemical shit in it that would just give you cancer, it would be grape. Come on, let's be honest.
Let's say they're talking about the drink itself. Here's where their argument really falls apart. Pay attention.
But according to the testing done by one of the lawyers for the plaintiff.
Whoa! Hold it. You saw Goodman or Walter White, brother, because this little study that was conducted by him.
What a bizarre offhand reference. You probably feel all that jargon about, chemicals and bottles and plastic, all that shit, were making all the kids get bored. So you have to, wrangle them in with a Breaking Bad reference.
Meanwhile, our competitors are on the cusp of getting banned in the United States. The #1 sports drink in the world just had SKUs banned in California for using dyes linked to cancer. That is
hell yeah, in it, you Gatorade.
They're claiming that Prime has 0.06 ppt, parts per trillion. But that's interesting because the EPA says that anything under 1.1 ppt cannot be deemed as reasonably accurate, meaning they don't have the right tools or resources to even prove what they're claiming. Your own state will not even take action unless it's over 40 parts per trillion.
Okay, that is the one part I feel an asshole for not mentioning as well. They didn't mention how the levels they found out in the drinks were so tiny, they're barely accurate at all. And from that fact alone, I can't really argue if it's barely testable to even find the drinks, it's that tiny amount, or if there's more, but they need more studies to find out just exactly how much it is. And as you mentioned, I ain't no lawyer boy, doctor, health sanctioning expert bullshit, whatever, but if there's one brand like Prime, that's so focused on marketing, just blitzkrieging a bunch of ads for boys, to buy the drinks, I feel for them it would be most likely to overlook one issue that to them it seemed really minor, but fast forward to today and now you have chemicals in your drink that could give you cancer potentially, or even bare minimum, not the worst, it's still bad stuff that could give you health issues apart from cancer. Just the simple fact that it was found in the drinks anyway, and it was only that specific flavor. Like, you could give him the benefit of the doubt if it was all the drinks, you know, what he said about the bottles. But if there's one flavor in that dog shit ass grape flavor, then yeah, that would definitely be the one that has the biggest issue. Of course, for me, it's not an issue because ever since Ryan Garcia told me to not drink Prime, I've been like listening to him like the Bible, because he's definitely the one person that will listen to you when it comes to putting substance in your body. Absolutely, yeah. So sorry, Prime, I won't be putting your bullshit in my body anytime soon.